So let's talk about something really important when it comes to coping. There's a difference between avoidance and something called containment. Avoidance means this horrible thing happened and I'm just not going to deal with it. But containment means, yes, I had this horrible experience and I know that I need to deal with it and I'm going to. But right now, for whatever reason, I can't. Maybe I'm at work and I need to focus on this project and I'm having a lot of intrusive thoughts and images coming up. I need to know what to do with those. So I need to set those aside and step away from them right now. But I know I'm going to come back to it. But it's going to be at a time of my choosing. And that could be on my own or it could be with some support. So some of these coping skills that I'm going to talk about, they're really referencing containment and not avoidance. So there is a coping skill for containment, and we have some other similar skills for stepping away temporarily from some of the difficult experiences that make life hard in the process of grief and mourning. Remember I talked about questions that can come up in our mind, ruminations, distressing images, those negative thoughts that intrude on your life. We call these intrusions, and the following skills can help with those. So with containment, you literally visualize a container. It can be anything, just so long as it's big enough and strong enough to hold any negative thoughts, images, body sensations, or memories, whatever it needs to hold. Some people like to give it a lid or a lock just to reinforce that this is safe and private. And you imagine setting all of those things into your container. You know that it's big enough and strong enough to hold all your negative thoughts and memories and body sensations and emotions, whatever you need to set aside right now. Not to say those things don't exist, but for right now, it exists here and it's safe. And I can access it at a time of my choosing. And then you come back to it at a time and a place that allows you to work through it, to experience it, to feel it. Again, that could be on your own or it could be with support. And there's different times that you can use this skill or different ways. Some people like to use their container in the morning. They'll get up and they'll say, what is it I don't want to be carrying around with me today? They'll set it in there. Some people will go about their day and maybe they have some negative interactions with somebody, or maybe those intrusions start coming up. They'll set them in their container. Or maybe at the end of the day, you'll do a review when you say, what is it I don't want to hold on to before I go to bed? And you set it in your container knowing that it's safe and you can work on it later. Some people will use a combination of all three, but really, you do what's right for you and you learn through trying it, experimenting with it. And I really recommend doing a grounding activity after you set your things in your container.